The big news is the big change in Twitch's terms of service. Naturally, since we do stream on Twitch, this is going to have a big impact on the WAN show, where finally we're going to be able to do all the things we've always wanted to do. We've got fuzzy handcuffs. We've got silicone nipple covers. I really don't know what this had to do with anything. But we've also got other more different nipple covers. Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Do you want the silicone covers or do you want the X's? Either's an option.
Wow. I didn't know we were actually doing this. I don't care, I think. Do you want to rock, paper, scissors or something?
Sure, yeah. We could rock, paper, scissors.
Is there a more like lewd version of rock, paper, scissors that we should do?
I mean, you could have... it's a little early in the show to... you could have, penises, vaginas, and...
Wow, none of that was censored. He did not press the button.
Those aren't bad words. Those are body parts. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yep.
Okay, so... don't worry, we're going to talk about the aspects of it that Twitch has rolled back. We're going to get into it, but first, we need to choose what we're going to be wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Let's just stick with rocks, papers, and scissors.
Which one are we going for?
Yeah, you got to decide which one do you get if you win.
Dan, choose. Winner gets which?
If Luke wins, he gets the silicone.
Okay. What? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What is your...
Yeah,
I mean, technically, I won.
Nah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the people all saw that I just won. I did. Okay, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, I guess I won. So which one? Sorry, I don't remember what I was fighting for.
So you get the X's then, I think?
All right.
Because if Luke won, he got the silicone.
Okay. Wait. So then Luke gets the same thing regardless of the outcome?
Oh, no, sorry.
I'm not sure if I follow...
I don't think he saw who won. I think he just guessed.
So then, Linus, you get the silicone.
Oh, I get the silicone.
So I forgot the rule that I set 5 seconds earlier.
Wow, 100% silicone. Very cool.
Does it actually like stick on? Is it adhesive?
I have no idea, Luke. Does this look like the kind of thing I've used before? Don't answer that on this show.
I wonder if they look good like over your eyes.
Nah, that's like some nightmare fuel right there. Just
go to Linus.
Hello!
Eyeless man.
Look like some type of like bee or something.
Yeah. This is great. Bernie in Float Plane Chat says, looks like a chicken fillet.
We're doing it?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
we're not even covering anything. It's not lewd.
What do you put? Are you at? Oh, you're just putting on your shirt. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal.
I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell how far you're wanting to go with something.
That's why we have safe words. Does HR watch the WAN show?
I was talking to Nicolite about that. Apparently not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably a good thing.
We both decided the same.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So while he's working on that, Twitch allows, then bans the drawing of boobs. If I say a word that's not even a word, then no one can get mad at me for it, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of sources for this, but 2 days ago, Twitch adjusted its terms of service to allow artistic depictions of nudity, such as drawings or sculptures of breasts, buttocks, and genitalia, as long as the content was correctly labeled. Depictions of sex acts were still excluded. Twitch likewise broadened its policy to allow content that deliberately highlights breasts, buttocks, or the pelvic region, including body writing and body paint on breasts and buttocks. Nudity, however, was still prohibited. Today, Twitch reversed the new policy following a massive wave, because who could have seen this coming? Of lewd art that fell both within and outside of the policy's new scope. Twitch stated, and this is a quote, "Much of the content created has been met with community concern. These are concerns we share. Upon reflection, we have decided that we went too far with this change. Digital depictions of nudity present a unique challenge. AI can be used to create realistic images, and it can be hard to distinguish between digital art and photography. I don't even think that's the biggest of the issues, but sure. The change was an apparent response to the banning of OnlyFans model Morgue Pie following a viral topless stream. While she certainly appeared to be topless, her chest was not fully visible, leading to a debate over whether she had, in fact, broken the rules. And our discussion question here is, should there be a greater tolerance for non-sexual nudity on Twitch? Why can't there be? That's an interesting topic of discussion, but there's something more important that I want to address, and that is that really where your nipples are?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a perfectly good place for them. You're doing great. Good job.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, what I wanted to talk about is what was the actual motivation for this change?
Is your dad dying in the background?
These people pay my bills.
Okay, sorry, what's up? What was the...
Yeah, what I want to talk about is let's speculate. Let's play the speculation game. What was the actual reason for this change? Because on the surface, it looks like it was as simple as OnlyFans is making a ton of money from people just throwing dollars at their screens, and then taking a cut of it. And that seems like something that we'd love to participate in. I mean, I guess it's kind of a natural broadening of Twitch's content scope. I mean,
which they've sort of done before with like the hot tubs channels and stuff.
I don't even just mean that. We can go back farther than that. You'd get laughed out of the room these days for saying, "What are you doing streaming on Twitch? You're not even gaming."
Yeah.
Like that used to be a thing.
That was absolutely a thing.
We used to get flack in the chat on WAN show with people saying,
"So it was a talk show. There's no game on screen.
You shouldn't even be streaming on Twitch against terms of service." Like people were actually angry about it.
You couldn't do 3D printing.
And nowadays, pretty much anything goes within categories like just chatting and IRL. And so it's not like they haven't dramatically broadened the type of content on the platform before. Maybe to them, did this just seem as simple as, I don't know, broadening the content again, as long as it's labeled clearly? What is the difference between this content being on Twitch TV versus this content being an 8-second Google search, assuming you're on dial-up?
Often for the same
on some other site. Exactly. And so with that in mind, do you think it was that simple?
I think that might be part of it. I think also there's like, I think Twitch suffers because there are, I think maybe their rules are like more defined. I haven't really compared, but it feels like their rules are more defined than other platforms. Cause like if you're going to try to say YouTube doesn't have this stuff, you're nuts.
Oh, 100%.
It's all over YouTube. No one looks at YouTube and says like, "Oh, that's a website that has this stuff." That's not a consistent conversation.
I have, not to the same degree as a platform like Twitter, but I have absolutely come across very lewd videos on YouTube completely by accident. One was, I mean, and sometimes it's not even in the ways that you would think.
Twitter, it's like, constant.
You click on anything trending and you scroll and you're just like, wow. There's a butt.
Yeah, even if just some random tweet that isn't even on the trending section, but if it just gets a little bit too much traction, there you go.
Yeah, you'll just get people promoting their OnlyFans or just posting pornography for no reason other than just because I guess they want to.
Yeah.
But so it's not nearly to that degree, but you know, sometimes on YouTube it's not in the ways that you would expect. Like one of the times I saw what I thought was probably the most lewd thing I've come across on the platform, I think, ever. I'm just trying to think. It was some kind of music video. Okay. And so it was it was kind of mainstream-ish, but definitely too racy for you to ever see it on something like MTV. Like not only were there just breasts bouncing around, people dancing around, but like, consuming shots off them. Yeah. So it's like, to me, that crosses way over from nudity into
song
a sex act.
The name starts with wet?
I actually have no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Nicki Minaj one?
I don't know.
Or is that or Cardi B? Sorry.
I don't remember.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I think all the young people cried out.
Yeah.
And then we're suddenly silenced just now. I'm sorry. I don't know who these people are. Anyway, the point is no, it was some random. It was like obscure.
Okay.
Yeah. And like
But yeah, that's like totally a thing.
I'd never seen it before. I've never seen it again. I just was like, seriously? This is on YouTube.
So like when that's happening on YouTube, it's all over Twitter. I don't use it, but I'm assuming it's all over TikTok. I have no idea. And I also don't go to this website, but I'm assuming this is a thing on Kick. Like, why do they have to have specific rules that are more more aggressive than other platforms? I think they're also they're probably feeling like they have more pressure on them than other platforms to actually do something about it. I think that's because they talk about it more. I think YouTube and these other platforms just ignore it.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. The Twitch community talks about it a lot.
Absolutely.
Because whether Twitch...
And people try to push the lines more, I think.
Whether Twitch how much responsibility Twitch bears for this, I think, is open for debate. But Twitch certainly is in the conversation around, people streaming on the platform and cultivating an audience,
offboarding to OnlyFans or whatever
based on appearance, and even before OnlyFans existed, the conversation around streamers on Twitch.
I see.
Attracting people through
because of their appearance instead of their like gameplay or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So I almost wonder if part of this conversation is just vestigial from when Twitch was supposed to be about gameplay and nothing else, and what are people doing on here not focused on the gameplay, and it's more about this.
I think there's a relatively simple counter argument to that I've heard a bunch of times from a bunch of people, which is like, if someone is sitting here watching a certain piece of content because they want to look at someone that they think is attractive, that person is probably not going to come watch your game stream.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's a different audience member. Therefore, you're not losing anything from them looking at somebody else, because they would have been looking at somebody else on some other platform anyways. So, like, who cares? I've heard that from quite a few different people. I think that holds a lot of water personally. Like, I don't know. Like, they're not coming here to watch you play League of Legends right now. They want to look at attractive person. If they can't look at attractive person on Twitch, they'll go look at them somewhere else.
So I do also definitely see some of the arguments against, if Twitch's position, let's say, is, realistically, this is a quick Google search away. What difference does it make if it's a click or, entering what is it, nine keystrokes? But on the other hand, I do kind of understand too. It's like, this is a site whose brand is... Well, hold on.
No, not that. I clicked on a category on Twitch and was immediately assaulted.
Oh, okay.
Why would you do that?
What's the category?
Just chatting. And there was no blurred thumbnails.
The least they could do is wear these, okay?
Well, they might be.
That's true.
They're below the frame.
That's true.
They're actually not in frame.
Okay. Well, at any rate, so you're really undermining the point I'm trying to make here right now, because I was going to say Twitch's brand on the face of it is more minor friendly. It's gaming and video gaming.
Yeah.
But I guess here's the question. I mean, is gaming that minor friendly inherently anymore? Like I haven't played The Witcher 3. I've only played the first half an hour. And within the first half an hour, there's a lot of butts.
Baldur's Gate 3 is like a very horny game. Like it just is. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think Twitch had that reputation, and I think that maybe some of that still stays just from people that don't use the platform too much. But I think if you're like a Twitch person and you're on the platform all the time, you're aware that just chatting is like by far the biggest category, and stuff like this happens all the time in that category. There's the like hot tubs category or whatever. They have all these other things. Like I think they've They've gone a little bit further than dipping their toe for a long time now.
Here's the question then. given that their brand, for better, whether it should be or not, has been this for a very long time.
Yeah, we're already here.
I'm going to ask a question that you might not even want to answer.
Okay.
Should Twitch have just stuck to their guns and just said, yeah, this kind of softcore pornography is just part of the site now. If you don't like it, you don't have to look at it. Yes, we're that desperate because our lunch is getting eaten by companies that are just willing to allow this on their platform. And realistically, what difference does it make if we have an age verification check versus their age verification check? I mean, it's on there. Do you imagine your kids aren't finding this stuff?
I think the thing that makes me want to defend them sticking to their guns is that the other platforms are doing it. It's just not getting talked about as much. Like we said, it's on YouTube.
It does feel like Twitter. A bit of a double standard, doesn't it?
It's everywhere else. It's just not on Twitch so much.
Sticking to their guns. Sorry, we've got some. Apparently, that's a colloquialism that is more local than I realized. It means it means holding their ground.
Yeah,
just staying the course and going. Yeah, these are the new terms of service. We don't really care about the backlash. Realistically,
this is how it is.
This is how it is.
Yeah, because Twitch feels like it gets way disproportionate amount of attention. On this in particular. And I don't necessarily know why. It might be because discoverability on Twitch is really hard for people. And it's an extremely competitive space, and it's an extremely competitive space with a large amount of people trying to get into it. And it's hard to even niche out in Twitch because of how like the categories works and stuff like that. So I could see it being more of a point of contention of like people being like, oh no, they're taking my viewers. But I think really the biggest takeaway of that is like if someone wants to watch that, despite these currently being on, they're not going to come watch WAN Show. We're not losing any viewers that are like because those people would just go to another website anyways. You know, like it just doesn't. I don't know. It's not like there's this pool of people that like it's their job to watch Twitch. This exact amount of people will watch Twitch, and you get to pull from that group of people. That's not how the internet works.
Right. So you're basically saying it's not a zero-sum game.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So is there an argument to be made that the game streamers could benefit from overall increased traffic on the site, and they should just not worry about it?
Because if that person is no longer interested in watching that particular stream for some various particular reason, they might now be more interested in watching gaming content. And maybe they'll stick around and check yours out. Or
the whole site, because creators tend to be very algorithmically driven, the whole site might just devolve into whether it's, cutting off your camera right here and just chatting, or whether it's installing nudity mods on all the games you're playing. It might just devolve into freaking everything just being butts and not being able to avoid it. And if this is a site you care about, a community that you love, that might be really upsetting for you if you're just not that into that and you wish it would just go back to the way it is. I mean, that's a legitimate position.
Totally. I just think we're kind of past that already, personally. Even without this change. Like I said, we've had hot tubs for a long time. Like it's not just a gaming platform anymore. It just isn't. Just chatting is very legitimately by a lot the biggest category on the platform. Now you could say that gaming should be a category against something as broad as just chatting, but it isn't. So just chatting is always in the number one position on Twitch.
Right.
I don't know. Like, there's no game right now, at least that as far as I can see in the category view, that comes to half of just chatting. Things like Counter-Strike, which are like huge in the gaming space, right? Baldur's Gate 3 currently winning every award on the planet. Why is anyone watching the day before? Whatever.
Well, I mean, they might just want to watch the dumpster fire.
Counter-Strike, 21.4K. Baldur's Gate 3, 8.9K. Just chatting, 433. Like, yeah, Fortnite gets 171.
Yeah, but that's still what you said. It's less than half.
And I can't even click on this right now.
Right, because so you didn't even have to scroll or
all I did was click on Just Chatting, and that was the top of Just Chatting. I didn't scroll.
Right. So if you're, but then remember too, a lot of the people arguing against the terms of service change, it's not like they're not already upset about that, and they probably don't want that to exist.
Yeah.
But what people I think need to remember is that Twitch is a company owned by Amazon, a giant mega corporation that is ultimately driven by one thing, and that's what drives money. And what drives money is eyeballs. And what drives eyeballs is, apparently, I mean, I have no way of knowing for sure. I don't have their analytics. It just seems like it.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard some ideas, but I just don't think it's going to go that way. But I've heard some ideas of like, oh, this is a perfect example of a opt-in scenario where like this is something you should have to manually toggle that you do want to see instead of having it be by default. But then,
I mean, plenty of stuff's like that. You have to manually allow explicit, images or videos or whatever else it is. But again, back to the decisions being driven by, at the end of the day, advertising dollars, which are driven by views. I don't think that Amazon or Twitch are in any kind of position where they feel like
they want people to have to click that.
Yeah, exactly. For the good of, something, because we care about the morality police or whatever, we're just going to kiss goodbye some significant portion. Like, from working on, websites, that the smallest amount of friction will send a user somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's a good counter argument for what I was saying earlier about the 9 keystrokes versus 1 click, right? Yeah, that small amount of friction could actually be the difference between, my homepage on my computer is Twitch TV and I want something to watch, and I'm just going to click on something right on the homepage versus I'm going to navigate to some other site. Like, people's decision-making processes really can be... What? You clicked it again.
Well, okay.
I bet you did.
Okay.
He f***ing did it again.
Okay. People in Floatplane chat are telling me I did it wrong because I need to sort by views or viewers, whatever.
You're going to get us in trouble.
No, I'm not scrolling down. I'm staying up here.
I see. I see.
But it didn't fix it.
No.
Because I won't scroll down for you, but this one is what was there last time.
I have no way of knowing what's below that purple bar. Yeah. I think you need to scroll.
No. I will not. To refuse. I'm going back here, and then I'll scroll here. There, done.
Oh, hold on.
It doesn't. I just scrolled on the main page.
Winter Wizard has quoted you here. Just checking. Yeah, Luke Lafreniere 2023.
Oh my goodness. Floatplane chat said I did it wrong. I used the default option the first time, which is just clicking on the chat category, and that's what it showed. And then I clicked on views high to low, and it was still there. So you guys are wrong. Get wrecked.
Anyway, I don't know the right answer here. On the one hand,
I'm not logged in. Get over it. Oh my goodness, people.
Got him.
Oh my God.
I don't know the right answer here. On the one hand, I do think Twitch has sort of been unfairly singled out here. There is a ton of this content available on basically any video or image, like media sharing site on the entire internet, and you're not going to stop it. But on the other hand, should it matter, what your brand is? And if your brand is supposed to be gaming, should you at least pretend to give a shit about... I think even a lot of the just chatting streams are...
I can't check.
Supposed to be, with gamers, with people who are culturally gamers,
I don't know if that's even true, though. A lot of really big streamers that I can think of.
Okay, like who?
What's the... I don't remember his name. You built a computer for him.
Oh,
like, does he game ever? I don't think so.
I think so. Hassan, right?
Yeah. Does he game ever?
I think so. I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't watch Twitch.
I didn't watch any of his videos before we did the collab, and I haven't really tuned into anything after, which may surprise some of you.
Okay, he does stream in...
Holy crap, Luke.
Not just chatting. What?
All I did was go to the homepage, and I am immediately... McDonald's and low-cut tops. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't know. But like, yeah. They can maybe do stuff with their... Yeah, see, I jumped to YouTube and that did not happen to me.
No, I think at some point he probably did play games or something, but I don't
If you go to his channel, there's a thing, Hasanabi's recently streamed categories. And yeah, Just Chatting's in number 1, and then there's special events, which is also there. But then he's got like Lethal Company, which as far as I know is a newer game, so this must have been somewhat recently.
Okay.
I don't know though. Again, I don't do the watching of the streams.
That's fair. I can't find anything that doesn't seem to be anything other than sort of...
Yeah, neither can I, so I don't know.
Yeah, predominantly talk show.
Yeah. So I think there genuinely is quite a few creators on the platform that are just talk show. There's also creators on the platform that just watch YouTube videos and do other things like that that aren't gaming, right? So
yeah,
I don't know.